Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be continuing reading our entire Bible all the way through. So this next story that we're going to get on is called Honeycomb Argument, based on 1 Samuel chapter 13 through 14, starting on this page on the right here. So the Philistines immediately plan their counterattack against the upstart king and his brave son. Take 3,000 chariots, 6,000 horsemen, and all our infantry. So, that right there, and just the chariots and horsemen, it's 9,000 total. Plus, he said, just take our entire infantry. So you're talking about quite the army. So set up a camp in Michmash. From there, we will send out raiding parties that will draw Saul from his stronghold at Gilgal. So, despite their victories, many of the Israelites lose courage, as we've seen so many times. That's why it's always good, in a way, I like to definitely, repeat how many of the soldiers and how many of this and that the enemy has, compared to how God's people has, because I like you to see the working miracle that God does, the power of God. He stopped it from becoming nighttime for I believe it was Joshua. I mean, he's won great victories for Abraham and Moses, and eventually David and Samson, and all gave Samson the strength to kill 1,000 men with a jawbone of a donkey. I like everybody to see what God is capable of doing, what he's capable of doing in your life, what he's capable of doing for even our real war is going on in the world. But to remember, there's a war and a battle going on in the unseen world, constantly, between the demons and the angels. Them are them little voices that you can hear in your head, the temptations that you get. That's why they always, in the cartoons, they always show the little devil on the shoulder, the angel on this one, on this shoulder. When in all cases, that is all, right. And many people listen to the devil and they let him get inside their head, and you may not know him or know of him or whatever, but he knows you very well. He knows exactly how to get to you. He knows exactly how to get you away from God. He knows exactly what to say, what to do, what to put in front of you, what to make you see, all that. But always listen to that faint voice that you hear come from this side, the one that says, don't do it. The one that says, this is wrong. That them battles that are going off in your head, Jesus Christ can win them just as he won them for these guys. These real wars that he's won for them, he can help you win the same battle going off in your head. So, the Philistines outnumber us by thousands. I'm hiding out until this is over. There's a pit in the valley. I'll hide there. People are running and hiding because they fear that they will die. Even in the camp of the king Saul, the soldiers are afraid. A raid of the Philistines' garrison is one thing. Fighting the whole Philistine army is something else. These men are losing their nerve. Samuel said he would be here by now to offer a sacrifice to God. We can't wait much longer for him to come, or there won't be an army left to fight. You're right. We won't wait. I'll make an offering myself. Saul no sooner finishes performing the sacrifice when he sees Samuel coming. I was afraid my people would run away before you got here, so I offered the sacrifice. You have disobeyed God. Because of this, one day you will lose your kingdom to another. David. So because, it was Samuel that was supposed to make that sacrifice. You see, this was before Jesus Christ. This was before Jesus Christ had died on the cross. So, Jesus Christ was God, but this was before he had come here in human form and had died on the cross. So their way of asking for forgiveness was sacrificing, as well as many other things. Like he sacrificed and prayed to God. That way God would know he was serious about them really needing to win this battle. So Samuel was supposed to do it. And that was God's, who God wanted to do it. And instead, Saul took it upon himself to do it. So he said, one day you will lose your kingdom to another, and that will be King David. Not only does Samuel remove God's favor from Saul, but only 600 soldiers remain who are brave enough to fight the entire Philistine army. Meanwhile, the Philistines send out raiding parties to keep Saul's army separated from supplies, weapons, and reinforcements. Saul doesn't know what to do, so his son, Prince Jonathan, decides to take action. I've had enough of waiting for these pagan fellows to do something. Let's go over to the Philistine garrison by ourselves. Maybe the Lord will do something miraculous. I am with you wholeheartedly. If they leave us alone, we'll leave them alone. But if they taunt us and dare us to attack them, we'll take that as a sign from the Lord that we will defeat them. Secretly, Jonathan and his armor bearer leave the camp. When they reach the foot of the cliff that leads to the Philistines' garrison, the enemy dares them to come up and fight. Boldly, Jonathan and his friends scale the cliff. Follow me, since the Lord is with us, we don't need a lot of soldiers. So, it only makes up two of them, him and, his fellow brother, but they climb up just the two of them because they dare him to attack. So at the top of the cliff, they attack with such daring that the Philistines flee in panic. In their confusion, the Philistines even attack one another. So, just the two of them run up there, and they, immediately go on the attack. And it's so, daring and unexpected that, that it confuses them. They even start trying to kill each other. That's why I'm saying, no matter how things may seem, there was two of them against all these Philistines, and they still came out on top. So, always believe that you will come out on top. God is with you. From his camp, Saul sees the Philistines retreating. When he discovers that Jonathan is missing, he knows who must be responsible for this miracle. Saul's soldiers run to catch up with Jonathan and join in the attack. Jonathan, pursues of the fleeing Philistines, takes him through the woods. There he sees honey oozing out of a fallen beehive. Praise the Lord, I haven't eaten all day. He grabs a honeycomb. As soon as he's eaten it, he gets all of his energy back. Come on, let's teach these pagan dogs a lesson. But the soldiers don't follow him. Why is everyone so tired? God has delivered these Philistines into our hands if we can just keep chasing them. While you were gone, your father swore an oath that no soldier would eat anything until nightfall. The hungry soldiers give up their pursuit and go back to King Saul's camp. Saul is furious when he finds out that Jonathan ate some food. You dishonored my oath, so help me God, I will have you executed for this. You will kill me because I didn't know about your foolish oath. If your soldiers had been allowed to eat, we could have conquered all the Philistines on this day. Your stupid decisions cost us the victory that God tried to give us. Your son is a hero. He delivered us from the Philistines. God has shown him a favor. We will not let him be killed. Saul backs down, but this is not the last time his temper will get him in trouble. And that was something Saul is known for. Saul is known for he had a bad temper. And Jonathan was right. If they would have been able to eat, God had given that honey. Jonathan ate it, and he felt fully energized and ready to pursue them. But because he made that foolish oath, they could not pursue them. They could not finish the battle. That God had delivered them into their hands. He gave them the victory. If they only could have finished it, but they couldn't. We will see, carrying on tomorrow, what more foolish things Saul will do. Saul, this will all, again, lead us all the way up into King David, the true and the much better king of Israel. But even he made some mistakes, so we'll see where this carries on. And again, like I said, we all suffer with this unseen battle. It's happening all around us at every moment of the day, while we sleep, while we're at work, while we're at school, while we're driving. It's everywhere. It's in our head. And it's the temptations that you receive, and the little voices that you can faintly hear saying it's not worth it, that doing the sin is not worth it, and it's not. And always listen to that one, and always pray for this, because God is there. He's willing to help you. You just have to let him. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. God bless.